some real damage against us a year ago, and so we've got to have an answer for that one.
We always talk about the evolution of quarterbacks and all players, but did last year's Purdue game change Terrell a bit more dramatically than other games? Since then, did you see it?
I think anytime you survive, it's maybe a little harder to learn than when you don't survive, and we didn't survive, he didn't survive. That gets your attention, sometimes dramatically. I didn't see like a whole different player. I saw a more refined guy and those kinds of things. He methodically has been, moving along, and with every new adventure, comes a new amount of information you gain and experience you gain, and he's a competitive guy now. But yeah, I think that was if you asked him, name the 3 times you thought you were doing the best, and he'd name whatever they were, and hey, name the 2 times you thought where you didn't do so well, chances are he might bring that up, because to him, winning and not winning is the measuring stick. And the fact that that was not a win, that's paramount to him.
What about Saturday? How hard does he take Saturday at Wisconsin? And your assessment of how he played and what you want to see from him this week?
I think he played extremely competitively. I thought he did some real good things in both the run and the pass. I thought there were a couple of things that, obviously he would have liked to have done better, and we would have liked to have him do better. But as far as competing and wanting to do anything he could do for the good of the team, he would have gone down and covered kickoffs if you let him. That's just his nature, another good experience for him. Fun atmosphere and hard to communicate at times, and still have to keep the focus. And we had a ball or 2 dropped. We had a ball or 2 that probably weren't delivered, where we needed them. I'm sure he'd like to have that last throw back, because we had a chance with it. Dane was, breaking open over top of that linebacker, and didn't get it done. But he competed, and that. I don't know what else you can ask of a guy, is to leave it on the field, and he left it on the field.
Jim, one loss, and a lot of people get desperate around here and they go.
You think?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed that.
What do you tell Ohio State fans that say it's still out there, that you guys can look at accomplishing, that you still have left?
Gosh, we spend, even though you guys don't think so, we spend a lot of time with the media, and I don't know if we tell anyone anything, but we give our viewpoint. And I don't know that that's changed anyone's thinking. So Earl used to always say, "Well, here, he's not." Okay. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. People are going to have their opinions of, whether the world ended or it didn't, and all that. I'm not going to get in the telling business. We've got to get better today. And I think the people will still, get excited about their Buckeyes, and there's a lot of good Ohio State football ahead. But I'm not going to get out beyond what's going to go on this afternoon or Saturday, because that's all that we need to concentrate on.
Jim, you talked a lot about what you guys hung in there, especially the first 2 drives offensively in the second half. What was it exactly that you thought just was working better than the first half?
We scored.
I know. Obviously, it seems like you got some stuff going.
Yeah.
Was it? Did you feel like you guys changed a lot of what you were trying to do, or did you just execute better at the things you always?
No, I would guess that they may have thought we were going to be a little bit more pass-oriented, and I can't speak for them, and because we were down 21-3, and I suppose conventional wisdom, had we run the ball and got stopped, man, people really would have been, "Well, you crazy? We're down 21-3, and you're running up the middle," and all that. But so, and I thought our guys executed well, and Up front offensively, I think for the most part, our run blocking was pretty good. I thought our pass protection in general was pretty good. We had one or two where 99 got around us that one time that pushed our field goal back. That I think really hurt us. If I had to do over again, I think I'd have thrown a ball that had a quicker rhythm as opposed to a full drop and giving him that chance to run the corner. But I thought for the most part up front, we competed. We held our own in there. But I just thought we executed better, and I think anytime you can run the ball in there and mix it in with your pass, you're going to have a better chance to move it. And I thought that 90-some yard drive, it was a good one. It did a lot of things. A, it finally got us some points, and B, it kept our defense on the bench, which is best defense you have is on the bench, and so it did that and gave us a chance to. I don't know how many minutes that drive was, but it was pretty significant.
Earl also used to say that after a loss, he always took the back roads home. That's true.
I took the back road home last night. Couldn't get out of the parking lot. That Obama event. Oh my gosh, you couldn't hardly get home. But I didn't take the back road, but it was hard to get home.
You know, it's different to how people react to you and the questions you get, things like that on your radio show, things like that. Are they?
I don't know. I haven't had a radio show yet.
Well, but you had losses before.
Oh, I see. Just in general.
Yeah. Do people?
I mean, nothing surprises you. You guys get the same emails I do. They're all copied to you, and so nothing should surprise you. But I mean, sometimes we take, pleasure in being someone's outlet.
Was there a time on Saturday night when you're sitting there waiting for the charter, which didn't look like it was ever going to show, where you kind of go, this was one of those days? I mean, you ever compartmentalize? And will you be changing charter companies?
That decision is made way above my office level. But I've never gotten caught up in hey boy, were we lucky today? Because you can always look at some things you did well. Nor have I ever been caught up with I guess this just wasn't our day, because you can always find a whole bunch of things that we could have made it our day. If the third down pass that was barely completed when it was 21-18 was knocked down, or we got to them and whatever, and we got the ball back, who knows what we could have maybe had the momentum to do. So no, I've never like Rusty said, this is not one of the places where you're allowed to have one of those days, and so therefore you might as well not think you have one.
Did Dory Bell make the trip?
No.
But what's his status?
He right now, yeah, he's hurt. Who did we play before Wisconsin? Indiana. He got a concussion in that game and hasn't been back.
So does that impact your special teams? He's a guy that can help a lot.
Every guy that was a starter on your special teams that you don't have is no different than not having a starter on offense or defense. It's a guy that has had the reps. It's a guy that has had the experiences in the games. So yeah, everyone you lose your holder, it's a impact.
Along those lines, obviously the next guy always has to step up, but with Christian now, that's the third guy in that secondary group. How difficult does it make it when you have to move down that much from the area?
You answered the question at the beginning. Somebody's got to step up. I mean, who cares how difficult it is? On a scale of 1 to 10, I don't know. Regardless of how difficult it is, it's got to, you've got to have someone ready, and that's why you get to practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and have walkthroughs on Friday, and because if you want anyone to care that you've had 3 guys in your secondary, hurt, you're coaching the wrong sport at the wrong school, because we've got to be ready.
About Klein, did he not play as well?
He didn't play. I don't even think he played any special teams. He's been banged a little bit. Probably could have gone, but wouldn't have been anywhere close to 100%. And we're hoping that this week he can be back to that. But Dion, you get what? Natalie bailed on us.
He's out
Okay,
today.
No excuses. This is not the place for excuses. Dion?
You've talked a lot about the maturity of this group earlier in the season. How important will that be heading out of this, and where do you tangibly see that from a coaching perspective?
Well, I think, as we've always talked about leadership and maturity, that it's not really tested until those adverse moments. And you get adverse moments in training camp and in training when they're, people want to stop and all that. But not like in real games, when all of a sudden now you have some adversity and you can't have that game back. So I think you'll see a good demonstration of our level of maturity and leadership and so forth, and I have confidence in them. I mean, we have the right kind of people. All right, Lori.
Both Illinois and Wisconsin came out hard charging out of the gate. And I'm wondering if there was a common denominator in those games or those experiences, something you could learn from that could help you be more productive earlier in games?
You mean not get behind?
Are teams coming at you, doing a better job of coming at you with something you don't expect, or?
No, I don't think so. I think Illinois had a couple nice little wrinkles offensively. They had a week off and so forth. I thought Wisconsin had some good things, and I thought defensively did some good things. They kind of shifted coverage-wise a little bit on some things that we hadn't seen, but still there's answers to everything. And so I don't know. I mean, again, that reality of where we reside is that you're always going to face a team that looks better the day you play them than they did on the film. They're going to play better than they ever have. We've told our guys countless times that there are 10 teams that want one thing for sure, and that's for Ohio State not to be the Big Ten champions. And that's real. So that's what you signed up for. That's what you know. And now let's see how you can handle it. And, we'll get a little glimpse of that on this afternoon's practice. But the real look at it will be Saturday, and then the following Saturday, and the following, and the following. But, that's the fun of it. It's the fun of the challenge. We've got 3 guys, offense, 3 defense, after practice. I apologize, we don't have anybody here. We've got between 11:30 to 1:18 classes and whatnot. Our guys don't do those 8 o'clock class things anymore, like the old days. I don't understand it. But anyway, thank you.